Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn Chapter 4 Heat, Class 7 Science. In Chapter 3, you learned that woolen clothes are made from animal fibers. You also know that cotton clothes are made from plant fibers. We wear woolen clothes during winters when it is cold outside. Woolen clothes keep us warm. We prefer to wear light colored cotton clothes when it is hot. These give us a feeling of coolness. You might have wondered why particular types of clothes are suitable for a particular season. In winter, you feel cold inside the house. If you come out in the sun, you feel warm. In summers, you feel hot even inside the house. How do we know whether an object is hot or cold? How do we find out how hot or cold an object is? In this chapter, we shall try to seek answers to some of these questions. Hot and cold. In our day-to-day life, we come across a number of objects. Some of them are hot and some of them are cold. Tea is hot and ice is cold. List some objects you use commonly. Mark these objects as hot or cold. First object is ice cream. It is cool. Spoon in a teacup. It is hot. Fruit juice, cold. Handle of a frying pan. It is also hot. We see that some objects are cold while some are hot. You also know that some objects are hotter than others while some are colder than others. How do we decide which object is hotter than the other? We often do it by touching the objects. But is our sense of touch reliable? Let us find out. Here is an activity. Take 3 small tubs or containers. Label them as A, B and C. Put cold water in container A and hot water in container B. Make sure that water is not so hot that you burn your hand. Mix some cold and hot water in container C. Now dip your left hand in container A and the right hand in container B. After keeping the hands in the 2 containers for 2-3 minutes, put both the hands simultaneously in container C. Do both the hands get the same feeling? No. Our left hand, which we dipped in container A having cold water, tells us that the water in container C is hot, while on the same time our right hand, which we dipped in the container B having hot water, tells us that the water in container C is cold. This shows us that we cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide whether an object is hot or cold. Sometimes it may deceive us. Then, how do we find out how hot an object really is? A reliable measure of the hotness of an object is its temperature. Temperature is measured by a device called thermometer. Measuring temperature. Have you seen a thermometer? When you or someone else in your family had fever, the temperature was measured by a thermometer. The thermometer that measures our body temperature is called a clinical thermometer. Hold the thermometer in your hand and examine it carefully. A clinical thermometer looks like the one shown in figure. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at one end. This bulb contains mercury. Outside the bulb, a small shining thread of mercury can be seen. If you do not see the mercury thread, rotate the thermometer a bit till you see it. You will also find a scale on the thermometer. The scale we use is the Celsius scale, indicated by degrees Celsius. The other scale with the range of 94 to 108 degrees is the Fahrenheit scale. It was in use earlier. A clinical thermometer reads temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Now, reading a thermometer. Let us learn how to read a thermometer. First, note the temperature difference indicated between the two bigger marks. Also, note down the number of divisions between these marks shown by smaller marks. Suppose the bigger marks are read 1 degree and there are 5 divisions between them. Then one small division can read 1 by 5, that is 0.2 degrees Celsius. Wash the thermometer preferably with an antiseptic solution. Hold it firmly and give it a few jerks. The jerks will bring the level of mercury down. Ensure that it falls below 35 degrees Celsius. Now, place the bulb of the thermometer under your tongue. After 1 minute, take the thermometer out and note the reading. This is your body temperature. The temperature should always be stated with its unit, degrees Celsius. What did you record as your body temperature? The normal temperature of human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Note that the temperature is stated with its unit. Precautions to be observed while using a clinical thermometer. Thermometer should be washed before and after use, preferably with an antiseptic solution. Ensure that before use the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. Read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. Handle the thermometer with care. If it hits against some hard object, it can break. Don't hold the thermometer by the bulb while reading it. The temperature of every person may not be 37 degrees Celsius. It could be slightly higher or slightly lower. Actually, what we call normal temperature is the average body temperature of a large number of healthy persons. The clinical thermometer is designed to measure the temperature of human body only. The temperature of human body normally does not go below 35 degrees Celsius or above 42 degrees Celsius. That is the reason that this thermometer has the range 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Do not use clinical thermometer for measuring the temperature of any object other than human body. Also avoid keeping thermometer in the sun or near a flame. It may break. Laboratory thermometer. How do we measure the temperature of other objects? For this purpose, there are other thermometers. One such thermometer is known as laboratory thermometer. Different types of thermometers are used for different purposes. The maximum and minimum temperatures of the previous day reported in weather reports are measured by a thermometer called the maximum minimum thermometer. Look at this thermometer carefully and note the highest and lowest temperature it can measure. The range of a laboratory thermometer is generally from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Also, as you did in the case of clinical thermometer, find out how much a small division on this thermometer reads. You would need this information to read the thermometer correctly. Here is an activity. Take some tap water in a beaker or a mug. Dip the thermometer in water so that the bulb is immersed in water but does not touch the bottom or the sides of the container. Hold the thermometer vertically as shown in the figure. Observe the movement of mercury in the thermometer. Wait till the mercury thread becomes steady. This is the temperature of the water at that time. In addition to the precautions to be taken while reading a clinical thermometer, the laboratory thermometer should be kept in upright, not tilted. Bulb should be surrounded from all sides by the substance of which the temperature is to be measured. The bulb should not touch the surface of the container. Take some hot water in a beaker or a mug. Dip the thermometer in water. Wait till the mercury thread becomes steady and not the temperature. Now take out the thermometer from water. Observe carefully what happens now. Do you notice that as soon as you take the thermometer out of water, the level of mercury begins to fall? This means that the temperature must be read while the thermometer is in water. You may recall that while taking your own temperature, you have to take the thermometer out of your mouth to note the reading. Can you then use the laboratory thermometer to measure your body temperature? Obviously, it is not convenient to use the laboratory thermometer for this purpose. Why does the mercury not fall or rise in a clinical thermometer when taken out of the mouth? Observe a clinical thermometer again. Do you see a king near the bulb as shown in the figure? What is the use of the king? It prevents mercury level from falling on its own. A clinical thermometer has a king in it. There is a lot of concern over the use of mercury in thermometers. Mercury is a toxic substance and is very difficult to dispose of if a thermometer breaks. These days, digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. This is the end of Part 1, Chapter 4 Heat, Class 7 Science. If you like this channel, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.